Kentucky governor blames violent video games for shootings. Gamers, show me your war face. Rawr! Ladies and gentlemen, I am Montoya. Initially, when I saw this headline, I was thinking, here we go again, another politician trying to scapegoat video games and porn as the root cause for all the violence in our culture. Now, before we go any further, from my community, our heartfelt condolences to everybody that may have been affected by the shooting in Florida. We're so connected in today's world. There's a person I converse with occasionally on Twitter who lost a niece at the shootings. I cannot begin to express the sorrow we all feel for their loss. Now, unfortunately, the topic of guns and gun rights again is hot. So where do I stand on this issue? First of all, I grew up in South Africa, and you need to carry a gun there, not because it's cool or because we have to defend against a tyrannical government, but because there's a very high probability that you do need to use that gun to defend yourself or your family on any given evening. Now, on this issue, I do support raising the age of purchasing an assault rifle to 21. I also support a more intensive background check. If you are being prescribed Thorazine because you have severe psychotic and violent behavior, maybe that should show up some way, and maybe you shouldn't be able to walk into Dick's Sporting Goods and walk out with that pink Hello Kitty AR-15 you've been eyeing out. I also strongly support dropping the drinking age to 18, which has nothing to do with guns but has to be mentioned because that's just silly. Now, back to Governor Matt Bevin from Kentucky saying our video games and porn are a problem. Here is a quote. Now, this is from a radio interview he did. He said, "These are quote-unquote video games. They are forced down our throats under the guise of protected speech." Guys? Governor Bevin, how dare you go against conservative Supreme Court Justice Anton Scalia, may he rest in peace, while I personally may disagree with a lot of Scalia may have said, he did protect video games as free speech, and I quote. Scalia wrote on behalf of the majority in a 7-2 ruling against the state of California's attempt to criminalize the sale of violent video games to minors. California was attempting to treat video games like cigarettes or alcohol. Scalia and 6 other justices would have had none of it and instead affirmed that video games like movies, books, music, and all other art forms are speech and protected by the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. Governor Bevin, are you against the First Amendment? I should hope not. Let's move on. He goes on to say, there are video games that are listed for mature audiences, but kids play them, everyone knows it, and there's nothing to prevent the child from playing them, he said, Governor Bevin. Yes, there is. Their parents can prevent them, seriously. When I first saw this headline, I thought, WTF, Kentucky. I love your roads, I love your mountains, and I love your bourbon. But what the hell is up with your governor? I initially almost made a video ranting about how stupid Governor Matt Bevin must be. About how nobody ever finished a game of Call of Duty, then went to Pornhub to watch Asa Akira's latest masterpiece, and then said, human life has no value, women are simply objects to me. Nobody has ever said that. So why is Governor Bevin saying that? Now, instead of ranting, I realized there's an opportunity here to do something else. As the glorious leader of a very successful gaming organization, a lot of what I do is work in ways to bring people together. Now, as all of you that live in the States know, the media, both left and right, and from our elected leaders, with help from some comrades, have been working very hard at dividing us. And they did a good job, but I'm here to tell you, it's not working anymore. I almost fell for this one, and I'm sure you did too. Governor Bevin did indeed say that video games are the problem. He also said porn is the problem. Now, he knows very well that this would make gamers and younger people angry because he knows that your granny living in Kentucky loves the story and will forward it to all her friends. Why? Because your granny and her friends vote. Your lazy ass does not. So he doesn't pander to you. That's all it is. But here's my point. Does this governor actually believe what he's saying? Let's take a look at this guy. Quick Google search, Matt Bevin. Here he is. Handsome devil. He is 51 years old, born in 67. So that means he was a teenager in the 80s, which means he used to play arcade games. Now, he did serve in the military from 89 to 93. He got the rank of captain. Thank you for your service, sir. Are you telling me that when he was in the military, in the barracks, well, they didn't have internet, did they? He was not looking at Hustler and Playboy magazines? Of course he was. Does he disrespect women? I hope not. Probably not. The bottom line is, I don't believe he believes a word of what he is saying. He's making it up. He wants your reaction. He wants your granny to forward it. Look at this guy. This is from a dailymail.com article. Now, he has 5 of his own kids, and he has 4 adopted kids from Ethiopia. Lovely family. I guarantee you this little guy here is playing Call of Duty. You know it. The point is here, we're not going to fall for this garbage anymore. Nice try, Governor Bevin. Nobody believes you. Just be normal. Why? Nobody is coming to take away our video games. Nobody is coming to take away our guns. And nobody is coming to take away Asa, Akira, and Pornhub. We know that. In conclusion, if there is one thing we can all take away with us, is when you come across a headline that triggers an emotional response from you, both left or right, consider you are the one being played. You are the sucker. I'm curious to know, viewers, do you or have any of your friends actually developed any violent tendencies from gaming? Besides getting fat from eating Doritos, what long-term effects has gaming had on you or anyone you know, physically or otherwise? Let me know below. Post. By the way, Kentucky Bourbon rocks. Don't forget, hit subscribe, thumbs up, comments below. I'll see you in the next one.